I hate Pokemon, is what I would say if I hated Pokemon. Hello, I'm Shard, and I've been busy with... What the fuck? So I've been defensive on things Pokemon related in the past, specifically things that could have posed a potential rival to Pokemon, but I don't hate the series or the idea of these cuter, cool-ass fucking creatures. I mean, come on, look at them. There's some here that speaks to literally every single person known to man. Contrary to what my public and unlisted catalog may lead you to believe, I like this franchise, and my only wish is that Nintendo and Game Freak would stop being such a bitch when it comes to fan content. That being said, I've actually come in defense of Pokemon as of right now. So recently, there's been what has been dubbed as
Terra Leak.
the big leak that just recently came out that exposed a lot of the past behind the scenes stuff and the process of it all, and beta sprites and, you know, what have you. They showed a lot of what it took to create a majority of the Pokemon series, even down to the roots of the 3D era. Nintendo found these leaks to be so revealing that the man who linked them has a fucking bounty on his head. Yeah, imagine that. Nintendo, I swear to God, Nintendo treats this shit like it's the fucking military trying to keep blueprint files away from War Thunder players. So Nintendo doesn't fuck around. But do you know who does? The folklore writers behind Pokemon. Now, when you think of Pokemon folklore, you often think of the child-friendly in-game tales that you can read when approaching a bookshelf relating to ancient Pokemon in the series. However, as of this Giga leak, we have been greeted with a plethora of interesting folklore. Go read it for yourself. I'll leave a link to it in the description below, linking to a Twitter account that keeps track of all of these leaks. You'll be able to find a lot of other cool stuff there as well if these folklore tales don't interest you at all. But long story short, holy shit, there's a lot of taboos being committed here. Let's fucking go. It's no secret that in 2024, there's been a lot of outings of many groomers and PDF files in the midst of our pool of celebrities. And now our fictional animals aren't even safe from it. That's fucked up, man. They be catching our homeboys lacking as of late. It's fucked up. It's a tragedy out here. But in all seriousness, these are some wild folktales, let me tell you. And these stories have caused a great divide within the community, once again, as if it needed to cut down the middle even more. Now, there's a side to this conversation where people read these tales and can genuinely see the inspiration the writers have for actual folklore and tales from the ancient times that these writings and texts are based off of. And then we have Drakeflosion, or a canonical tale of the deep getting it on with an octillery, or a slacking getting revenge stuff on a woman that killed and took the ears of Slackoffs. It's very bizarre and honestly very surprising to see this stuff coming from the developing team of one of the greatest and most highest grossing child-friendly franchises in the fucking world. These tales are wild, and one side of the community will be hostile to the other side, who will be annoying about it. I'm calling it now. To the people with literary skills that are looking to find some insight within these texts, I just want to ask you to fucking chill out, dude, alright? Just chill out on the people making these jokes, okay? I know some of these jokes might be made in poor taste, but my brother in Christ, we've had these jokes being made all year, and they're related to, like, Diddy or Drake, whoever's out there being a fucking predator, about there doing the offender shuffle, you know. But as soon as people make these same jokes about Typhlosion, it's pitchforks and torches out to anyone that is on site. It's on site to anyone that makes these jokes about your favorite Pokemon. Now let's not forget, your Typhlosion isn't the only victim here of this widespread Pokemon joke. And I'm not just talking about them being this being a result of the fucking taboo folk tales. I'm talking about just jokes in general that the internet has caused to become widespread. Because let's face it, we all know about the Vaporeon shit, and we also know about Lopunny. Alright? Typhlosion being added to the mix is nothing new, and honestly you should just take it with a grain of salt like the rest of the community that took those other two Mon jokes with a grain of salt. Holy shit, I got alpha weed. I'm fucking getting it tonight. A joke is a joke. And that being said, hey Typhlosion jokesters, y'all best chill the fuck out too. Because let's be real, the people on the other side do have one point that I kinda sorta see the viewpoint of. This sort of shit will definitely bleed into the reputation of a large crowd's favorite Pokemon. Specifically Typhlosion, and probably Slacking, but mostly Typhlosion, let's be real. We know dumb people exist, and dumb people will do dumb people shit, and they will surely drag names through the mud and continue to make obnoxious jokes like this even after the meme is dead. But they'll also believe it as well, which is the biggest problem to come out of this situation. Women fear me, fish fear me, men turn their eyes away from me. As I walk, no beasts dare make a sound in my presence. I am alone on this barren earth. Beautiful. Enjoy the joke while it's relevant, sure. But let's not turn a blind eye to those who will have their views changed of these Pokemon and vilify anyone who likes or associates with them. Those are the fucking deranged, stupid people, alright? Let's make this clear. Actually, let's make this clear to the people that are literate, alright? For one, let's not beat around the bush and say that it's supposed to be a mimicry of folktale. Yes, it is. But that doesn't mean that folktales in and of themselves aren't any less weirder. I'm pretty sure people would have the same reaction. I'm pretty sure you've had the same reaction to these folktales as well. It's just suddenly a problem because it's something that you have more of a closer connection with rather than a disassociated tale about a man's folly, or about Loki giving birth to an 8-legged horse and then having his father ride it, or having King Minos' wife fall in love with a bull and then proceeding to fuck that bull while she's in a iron bull. Folktales are weird by nature, no one's gonna deny that, and they're bizarre, and they're taboo. Let's not pretend that people won't have a reaction to the taboo, no matter what, even if it's fiction. It's just funny to have these correlations between the darkest side of one of the most light-hearted things out there. Jokes like this have existed in media long before this leak even happened. The amount of Pokemon animated violence as well as just animated whatever, every original sin that you could think of, it's been animated. It's been animated by some sick fucker degenerate out there. If you can think it, Pokemon has definitely covered it via fan content. Pokemon Omega Rubier or Pokemon Gold, or Pikachu gets high on LSD, Pokemon Rusty series, and there's so much fucking more, dude, like, holy shit. Fans just love to see the contrast between the things that are dark within our real world and the lightheartedness of the Pokemon world. I don't know what else to say. What the holy shit. This is just another note to add to the board of cursed Pokemon shit. This is just another footnote to add to the board of cursed Pokemon shit. And don't let this discourage you from actually enjoying the leaks that have been released. We got behind the scenes creations behind our favorite Pokemon games. We got confirmation of certain games that we're all looking forward to, as well as ideas that have been on Game Freak's radar. We should enjoy the things that we have. Even these weird folktale things, alright? This is just these people's way of enjoying it. And if it upsets you, that sounds kind of like a you problem, man. And I get if you don't want to see these jokes, that's fine. I understand if you want to actually talk about these folktales in an actual literary sense. That's also very cool. It means you see something actually bright within this very bleak tunnel that a lot of people seem to find themselves in when reading about these things. And in that case, more power to you. Fuck, dude. I mean, God, you got reading comprehension skills. Someone fucking paid attention in high school. Just enjoy it. Don't let this divide anyone at all, because that's really all we need right now in the Pokemon community, is even more division. This joke might just stay around for a long ass time too, so the best thing you could do is just accept the fact that it exists along with your Vaporeon and Lopunny jokes, dude. Because whether you like it or not, the internet will be the internet. And the internet is the reason why we can't have nice things. But I'm not gonna lie, in this case, it's kind of Game Freak's fault. Yes, I know this is based off of actual folk tales and shit, but I mean, why the fuck would anyone write this? I've read these things. They read out like a goddamn fan fiction, dude. And I know that they're just developer notes that is basically the equivalent of a reference sheet for characters to help them stay on model, but, you know, the writing equivalent of that. But that doesn't excuse the fact that these things are just taboo as shit, and also surprisingly uncomfortable to read at times. I mean, the first thing we understand about the octillery shit is that the man goes to the beach to meet his octillery wife, fuck it, and then throw it back in the ocean. And you know what the next scene is? That's right, he does it again! But this time it gets her pregnant. And it's fucking weird, dude. I just don't know what to say. It's weird. Any sane person would think that that's weird. And I'm a fucking furry, dude. You'd think that someone like me would be all over that shit. But no, even I think that fucking an octillery is weird. Even I think that slacking revenge shit is weird. Even I think that the Typhlosion shit is just bizarre. Of course, though, as I'm chronically online all the time, I've seen way worse things. This is not the worst that I've ever seen from anything ever, but it's the strangest that I've seen from a company that creates child-friendly content. Hell, dude, what am I saying? Pokemon has always had this weird undertone to it, not even in terms of, like, violence or morality, but also just, like, sexual influence, too. I mean, literally, in the first opening ever, in the Japanese opening of the first Pokemon anime OP ever, there's, like, some lyrics referring to Pikachu running between a girl's legs or something like that, you know? If you know, you know. And if I'm wrong, correct me. That being said, let's not be divided by this. This is just a footnote. We got some cool shit out of this. We got some weird shit out of this. Personally, I actually like the prototype designs of the Pokemon in previous gens that were released. My favorite has to be what Mudkip was supposed to be. That's another thing, dude. I see a lot of people hating Mudkip because, you know, we could have gotten a water buddy. And I don't hate Mudkip. Mudkip is cute on his own. Mudkip definitely, over the years, has earned his spot in the Pokemon verse. Let's not hate him because of what we don't have. Let's appreciate him for what we do, and we could just settle for what we never got. And besides, there's a lot of Pokemon fans out there that are keeping the idea of this bunny alive, and that's amazing. Let's get more of that. Let's get less Mudkip hate. Let's not divide ourselves because of some bizarre Pokemon folklore. Let's all just have fun, because at the end of the day, Pokemon is a property meant to have fun with and make a lot of money by fucking over their consumers. But you know, the consumers find a way to have fun with it regardless. Anyway, that's all I got to say for now. I have been really procrastinating, been stuck in the tism block all this time. I have been writing though. I have been turning out some scripts because I do want to make things that are more than what I've put out in the past, which is just all these other gameplay videos. The Lethal Company stuff definitely did amazingly, and I do appreciate that, but I don't want to be known as the Lethal Company guy. I want to make stuff that is actually, that I can put some thought and effort into, and a lot of art too. I'd love to make more art for videos because making art for videos is fun as fuck. Anyway, I'm gonna play Sonic and Shadow Generations when that comes out. Rivals of Ether 2 is on its way, and I'm about to blast someone's ass. And do I even have any bait on this hook? No, I don't. By the way, this game's name is called Web Fishing. Go buy it, it's $5.